proper men, villains. And now it's full of shit, mate.
Yeah.
It's not the same atmosphere. Everything's changed. We fucking, truly, honestly, we had broken bones and lost blood fighting for what we got today. And people come into prison today, they've got a telly under one arm when they come through reception, ghetto blaster on another arm, they got fucking phone calls. We never had fuck all, mate. And someone like Ed has just bounced back after all these years. Well, just make me humble, mate. Makes me fucking humble. So anyway, that's me plan now. I'll have to look him up when I get out and take him for a nice meal and a drink.
That'll be good, mate. It'll be good.
Last time I got out of prison, I never had a pot of pissing. And within 48 hours, I had a sawn-off shotgun, you know.
Wow.
Now, I've got a little pot put by.
Yeah.
I'm more mature, more serious, my soul's happy, and like Eddie, my crime days are over, mate, long over. I can't put my hand on my heart and say I never chin anyone again, because you don't know, do you?
Yeah.
You know, that's life. Some people need a fucking slap. But as far as I'm concerned, as far as crime's concerned, I've finished, mate.
Great news,
and
mate.
I'm going to tell you something, Steve. I've never said this to anyone before, right? And I mean this. If I thought for 1 minute I was coming out to commit more crime, I wouldn't want to fucking get out, mate.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Does that make sense?
You've got a good life ahead of you, mate, and you're going to enjoy it.
Without a doubt. I've got a fucking... the best part of my life is yet to come.
100%, mate. 100%.
Without a doubt. And the thought of going out, getting nicked, and coming back to this shit at my time of life, come on.
I think of all the things in that letter, I think the thing that he says the most is, you know, about he turned his life around and he moved away from it, and that's what you've got to do. And I think the key line for me was, you've just got to make sure when you come out, mate, you surround yourself with the right people. Yeah, you're spot on. And the truth is, I live from the art now, Steve. Exactly, yeah, exactly. You could come out and when I sit down in my cell and I create a piece of art, I'm happy, I feel free, I feel happy. And when I finish my art, I'm not just saying this, I mean it, I don't know where it's come from. Yeah, exactly. And I think I've created something that's never been created before. Yeah. All right. There's some beautiful artists who do landscapes and seascapes, and they're beautiful art. My art comes from within. Yeah. And I was meant to be an artist. Yeah, of course you were. And I think it's taken me all my adult life, to find something that I really enjoy. It's took adversity and all the suffering to get to that point. Everything's happened for a reason. And the one person I really, truly do feel really sad over is Reg, you know, because Reg could have got out of prison and lived a good life, you know. I think the sad thing about Reg was that he never showed remorse. I had this conversation with him on more than one occasion when I visited him, that he never showed the remorse, you know, and unfortunately his behaviour in the lower category prisons with the young offenders, you know, like he was a bit of a nuisance, and he was drinking, you know what I mean? He was I liked his drink. He was causing himself a few issues, but the fact he never showed any remorse was always the big thing. If he'd come out and said, I'm sorry I killed him. I'm sorry I killed him, it would have done a hell of a lot for the parole board, you know. But he would never do it. He always said to me, he said, Steve, he said, in that he says, I never expect you to be in that situation. He says, but if you were, he said, and someone was threatening you, he says, and it's you or them, he says, what would you do, you know? And I was like, well, you know, that was what he said. He said Jack the Hat was going to do him, and he said that's why he did him, and he says, and that's why I've never shown any remorse. And Jack the Hat would have done him. Exactly. So you can understand. I'll tell you who else was
no walkover. That George Cornell, you know, he could have a right fucking rumble.
Yeah, he was a big bloke, wasn't he, in those days? And as you say, two naughty blokes that the Craze dealt with. I mean, they were villains at the end of the day. They were both villains.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, taking another man's life's not right, Charlie. You know, I could never condone that. But at the same time, they were gangsters. Those other people were criminals and gangsters, and you know, it was kill or be killed. It was like the Wild West.
It was, wasn't it?
And it was. It's funny, if I had a time machine like Doctor Who, Charlie, that's the period I'd like to go back to 60s Newcastle, and I would jump on the Rattler and go and look at 60s London. I'd love to visit them both, you know.
Oh, mate, and I'll tell you what, let's have it right. They were the hung, weren't they, Ron and Reg?
Oh, well, that's what Ronnie said in his biography, wasn't he? He was born to hang. That's what Aunt Rose said, because his eyebrows joined in the middle, he was born to hang.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
When I first met Ron, you know, in Parkhurst.
Yeah.
1975, I first met him. Mm-hmm. And I knew Ron was mad straight away, you know.
Yeah.
His eyes.
He had that look, didn't he?
Piercing eyes.
Little black piercing eyes. I remember them when I visited him,
Oh.
And you could just see.
And I'll tell you what I was amazed at. There wasn't big men, were they?
Nah, I mean, me and you are about the same height. I'm 6'2". I remember meeting you for the first time and thinking, wow, like we're both the same height. But when you met the twins, they were both
6'2".
I'm 6'2". Am I slightly taller than you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I remember meeting the twins, and
I'm
they were
about 5'10" and a half, me.
Yeah, so the twins.
I weigh about 16 stone, you know.
I think I'm down to just under 14 now.
Yeah, well, in their prime, Ron and Reg, there was only about fucking 12 and a half stone, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'll tell you what I have noticed, and I've noticed this over the years.
Yeah.
The guns that are coming in now are twice as big as they used to be.
Yeah.
They're all over 6 footers, and they're all big lads.
Yeah. No, there's some big lumps nowadays, mate.
Giants now, you know.
Girls are getting bigger, Charlie.
Hey?
Girls are getting bigger now. Women.
Girls are bigger.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll tell you what, a throwback from the old time was old Frankie Mitchell, though, wasn't he?
Oh yes, Frankie Mitchell. I mean, he was well known, wasn't he, in the prison?
He was fearless, him, you know.
He used to be able. The story goes, he used to be able to pick up 2 screws by the belts and put them. Unbelievable, that.
Right, another East Londoner.
Yeah. He was a good looking bloke.
No, but he wasn't the sharpest pencil in the box, was he?
He had a mental age of 12 or something, didn't he? Yeah.
Fucking hell, yeah.
And he was.
Yeah, because he was in Rampton.
That's right. But he was actually, he looked like a film star, didn't he? He had like Clark Gable kind of looks, the guy.
Yeah, good looking fella, mate. Good hair and everything.
But dangerous guy, dangerous guy.
Oh, fucking hell.
I've got the newspaper when the letter was released in the Daily Mirror, when he wrote the letter.
The original paper?
I've got the original paper.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, it's worth a few quid.
I suppose the person up your way who would have been a bit like Frank Mitchell was Big George Wilkinson.
Yeah, Georgie Wilkinson. That's right.
Now, he never had a big brain, but fuck me, was he fearless?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Proper character, him, wasn't he?
He terrified these cunts, mate. Terrified. They killed him in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can worn him down, mate.
Yeah.
Worn him down.
Can it beat the system, Charlie? We'll keep saying that, mate.
You can't beat it. You can have a bit of a laugh trying to beat it, but you will not beat it.
No, of course you won't.
They'll always come up with something.
Have you got your canteen back on the visits yet?
Yes.
Oh well, I'm going to book one in. I'm going to speak to Richard and we'll get a date and we'll book one in.
Oh, that'd be nice, that.
Because I want to come down. And see him. I'm glad
fantastic.
I'm glad the canteen's back on. We're going to have a proper.
I've got a visit on this Tuesday.
Oh, have you? Who's coming in?
That young lad, JJ.
Oh, brilliant, mate. Great stuff.
JJ and some bird with him.
Ah, that's good, mate. Excellent. Great stuff.
Yeah, I do like a visit.
Well, I'm going to try and sort a little thing out in London as well. The back end of the year, like towards the end of the summer, with Irene's book. So maybe what we'll do is I might do like a little tour on the Mickey Goldtooth Gangland bus. and then maybe just do a little, like, you know, take a few of her books down and just try and flog a few for her down there, you know.
That'd be handy. Hey, listen, there must be selling after that article in the Liverpool Echo the other day.
There's been a few, mate. It's not selling well at all, mate. It's not. I just don't. Like I said to you the last time, you know, I don't want to say it to her, but if it was written by you, Charlie, it would be a completely different book. I've got the spreadsheet in front of us. It's only sold 20 copies, mate.
Is that all it's sold?
Yeah. So I've got £481 in the pot, and the cost of the book to get it done and everything was £1,075. So
my God!
I know. So it's not bad. I mean, there's, you know, it's only been on sale 4 or 5 weeks or something, hasn't it? So, you know, I've managed to get a few in WH Smith's, which is good. So maybe that'll sell a few.
I hope so.
Yeah, it'll.
You know, it's a few quid for Christmas, mate.
It'll get its money. It'll get its money back, mate. I mean, then you've got like our poetry book still ticks.
Still selling that? What have I got in my pot now?
You've got about 2.5 in the pot, mate.
2.5 big ones?
Yeah.
Fucking nice one.
So it's just sitting there waiting for you to come out, mate.
There'll be a bit more in there, mate. If fucking Newcastle wins the Premier.
Win the Premier League, exactly, aye.
Yeah, listen, thanks very much for sorting that head out.
No worries, mate. Take care.
That's made my fucking year, that has.
No, it's lovely, mate. Well, I'm sure it'll make his when I play that message to him, mate.
Yeah, nice one, Steve. Take it easy, mate.
Have a good week. Take care. God bless.